till I die. In the hood, I'm good till I die. CLE till I die. Everywhere I go, putting on.
And during the few moments left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
The cult of personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been everything you want.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on.
Two conferences. It's a road game for the Trailblazers in this one. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Harkless is out there with Aminu. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Here's Smith. Unloads. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really finding his way around the NBA. But this last season with Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things: rebounding, defense, hustle points. But he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw this game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And Cannon gets it to go.
Yeah, and on the topic of Aminu, he's a bit of a tweener. Doesn't have quite the quickness and ball handling skills the top small forwards have. Doesn't have the bulk or grit to match up against the better power forwards. He's a hard fit for what you want to have done at that position.
On defense, the 76ers. It's a three-point game. And Lillard kicks to Plumlee. And stolen by Noel. They push it up 4 on 3. Smith outside. And there's the pass to Cannon. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And, guys, getting back to Aminu, he still has the tools to be a really good player, but like so many young guys, he has to focus. He has to bring the intensity 100% every game. And I could see him being one of those late bloomers, if you will. And, guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg was talking about. Parkey keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
Now here's Noel. The shot from the low post is good.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
Smith against Lillard. And Plumlee kicks to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. It's up a three. Portland no good that time either. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Okafor with the ball. Al-Farouq-Aminu covering. Here's Noel.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Cannon dishes to Noel. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
A three from McCollum, and down it goes just as the clock hits. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor.
I was taught to, never let anybody.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the 76ers?
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
They've got Hollis Thompson. Carl Landry is out there with Grant. Then it's Joel Embiid. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Grant outside. And the 76ers get it back. Thompson with it. Now defended by McCollum. Shoots the three. Crabbe pulls it in.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Harkless is checked in for Crabbe. And here are the Trailblazers now. Here's McCollum. Henderson, no one around him. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get. A solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin. Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. His skills were somewhat unrefined. That's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Outside, Davis. Here's McCollum. Outside for Davis. And here is Harkless. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. The 76ers leading. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Okafor's checked in, and Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Grant. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Leonard. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for McCollum. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Back to Lillard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautiful.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Henderson passes to Lillard. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
And now Philadelphia on the break, and Embiid throws it down.
Mouse in the house. Got a mouse in the house. Ha-ha. Good recognition to take it right at him.
Lillard outside. It's deflected. From deep. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie, the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just a...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and even though the defensive pressure and attention was squarely on him in that first half, yet he's still able to be the most effective player on the floor.
But for him, Greg, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we don't expect anything less, and I bet he has even more in store for us during the stretch run.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Plumlee out there with Aminu. And it's Harkless in at the 3 slot. And stolen by Noel. And they're pushing it up. Here's Covington. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And now it's a 3-point 76ers lead.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes. Like conducting an orchestra.
Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen him boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top.
We're going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for the 76ers. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And Portland making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Noel dishes to Cannon. 6 to shoot. From 13, the shot is off. Great D that time from Leonard.
Well, when you look at the 76ers, it's no surprise that they have empty seats. I mean, they ended up 12 and 29 at home, which wasn't the worst mark in the NBA, but it was tied for second worst.
Covington in the corner. Here's Noel. Crab pulls it in.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Lillard with no one around. Lillard again missing.
And Philadelphia just at times hard to watch, even at home. I mean, they had the worst home field goal percentage in the entire league. Hard to get the crowd into it if you are clanking it on the rim every trip down.
Here's Noel, and the shot is good. Noel's got 8 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And Lillard kicks to Leonard to the wing right side. Lillard against Smith. Pass to McCollum. Pulls up on the elbow. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. 76ers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Cannon, that's a 2-pointer. Out to Smith. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer. Another three for Philadelphia. Smith against Lillard. Plumlee in the high post. And here's McCollum for three. That's good. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little...
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. They've got Embiid, Robert Covington out there with Okafor, and it's Stauskas in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Covered by Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by McCollum.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Yeah, read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as a receiver, though, he doesn't necessarily feel the need to go for that monster finish. Just the nice little silky smooth layup.
Harkless with it, working on Okafor. And here's McCollum for three. 76ers trailing. Pass to Covington. Here's Stauskas. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Aminu, the pass to McCollum. He kicks to Aminu. Lillard from outside. No good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. He's guarded by McCollum. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's Okafor, and the layup falls. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're losing by 2. We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Leonard, he's checked in for Portland. Crab comes in for Maurice Harkless. Smith drives in. Noel dishes to Covington. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. It's stolen by Smith. And now the 76ers on the break. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And here's McCollum for three. It's good from beyond the arc.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Smith kicks to Noel. Back to Smith. Noel down low. He's guarded by Plumlee.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
Tries again. Connects.
That bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop can seal the deal.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 1. There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, they're in good shape here, in my opinion. Shot clock's off, but still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Noel. Money!
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Oh, off target. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of Nerlens Noel. He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit. All I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit. All I know is. Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing. Love with it. I love my squad. Hop up in the 6, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty change. She rep HBK to.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against...
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. A contest between conferences, Oracle Arena, Oakland, California, where the Warriors take their home floor. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Vujacic in at the 2 spot.
Hey, guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Now Anthony after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Anthony right side. Fades. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's off from three-point range. Iguodala with the steal. Outside Curry. The steal. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Calderon with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Porzingis can't hit.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. No good. Good D by Thompson. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with a steady one-hand jam.
Curry outside. And another three for Golden State.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Vujacic kicks to Anthony. The Warriors pull it in. Iguodala left side. Uncovered. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Calderon kicks to Anthony. High post try, and he gets the jumper to drop. Anthony's got 7 points in the game. Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Curry against Calderon. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Outside Anthony. Got it off in time. And no good trying to get that one. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor. I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Harrison Barnes. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Ezeli in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Here's Galloway. Pass to Seraphin. Some nice passing by New York here. 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Grant against Curry. Here's Thompson, and it's blocked. Friend kicks to Aflalo. Count that one. Aflalo's got his second bucket of the night.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing.
And guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they wanted.
Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Ian Clark subbed in for Steph Curry. Then for the Knicks, Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Porzingis comes in for Williams. And Anthony subbed in for Langston Galloway.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
Anthony's shot is off.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
There's the lob to the hoop. Knocked away. Spates dishes to Thompson. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Anthony gets double teamed. Over to the wing. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. Lopez kicks to Aflalo. Anthony up on top. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Anthony's got 11 points. Thompson outside. It's a tie game.
Carmelo, I know.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 12 points and 1 assist. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. They were almost...
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
We have a close ball game on our hands. As we get set for the second half of basketball.
It's been a solid outing for Curry. He has 12 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range. It's hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career, and I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Robin Lopez. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon, and it's Vujacic in at the 2-guard. Shot clock at 5. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And the shot is long. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a...
Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! Calderon passes to Anthony, and there's the call on Clay. Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for New York. Derek Williams comes in for Anthony, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Sasha Vujacic. Here's Porzingis, covered by Bogut. Lopez outside. Pass to Williams. And it's sent back by Bogut.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics.